what's going on, y'all? T-Bob here.
And Jake as well.
And you're about to watch a little OTB LSU.
We're going to give you all the latest, greatest between LSU football, baseball, women's basketball, softball, and everything in between.
Bottom line, if you want to talk Tigers, keep it locked, subscribe, like it, and we hope you enjoy. I want to talk about the other guys that Hunt mentioned here. He mentioned Chris Hilton. He mentioned Jack Pyburn. Look, obviously, Pyburn already last year, 60 tackles, right? So known as a true run edge defender, and now trying to prove that he can be more than that. And being a part of Kevin Peoples, going to the school of edge of Kevin Peoples, who we've already seen what he's been able to do in terms of taking guys and growing them. Pyburn becomes very exciting for for that potential.
Yeah.
Also, it appears to be he appears to be a great locker room guy as well, which I think is probably maybe a bit rare when you talk about guys you're going to get out of the portal.
Yeah.
Not because guys transfer character or anything. Whatever. It's just hard to come into a new place, kind of establish yourself as a leader and as likable. But it seems like Pyburn's done that in a short amount of time.
Yeah, I mean, you've heard me talk about T-Bob. I was, a veteran in the NFL. I go to the Broncos locker room after being a Charger my entire career. I was like, oh, I'm a rookie again.
Mm-hmm.
And I was 5 years in. Because that's how it feels. Like you got new faces. You're trying to learn something new. They've all been there. You feel like you're behind. But you're exactly right. Like I went over to Pro Day, and who was he with? He was with the Weeks brothers. And they're all walking around, chatting it up. Walks by BK, gives him a little fist bump. I mean, a little bit, right? See ball, hit ball. But he came to LSU from Florida because he wants to show that he can get after the quarterback. You mentioned the 60 tackles. Last year, he was third on Florida's team.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, you had a safety and a linebacker ahead of him. Not oftentimes as an edge get 60 tackles in a season. So that is something we know he can do. Now he wants to improve on only having a sack a year ago. That was his thing in the portal. He wanted to be in on third downs and show that he can have the ability to get after the quarterback. And so he chooses LSU. We'll see if he does actually get that chance. And they kind of had this last year. Yeah, Savion Jones is somebody that, like, he was kind of your edge run defender, and Swinson was somebody that he got after the quarterback, but Pyburn wants to show that he can be the guy. So, who lines up, on the other side of him, certainly something to pay attention to, but he came here, and it feels like for the right reasons, to bet on himself and prove that he can be somebody that he has not had the ability to show. So is it Patrick Payton on the other side? Is it Gabe Relaford? Is it Butler coming over from the transfer portal? We'll have to see that, but what you have with him as far as an edge setter.
Yeah, and to his credit, you already feel like he's a starter, like you're saying, a starter and an every down player, which is, if you get a starter and every down player out of the portal, that is a thumbs up. It's like NFL free agency. You get a player who's better at that position you were before. That's kind of the baseline way to monitor or judge whether or not you're making effective moves. So I would say that Pyburn hype continuing to build. And then a guy that we talked about the other day, Deshawn Spears, who, credit to him, Blake Baker said, look, nobody's been on Deshawn Spears' ass more than me, because I know he can do it. And so last year I was all over him constantly, 24/7. And yes, well, the last time we saw Deshawn Spears last year, it left a bit to be desired. This is a young player. He's got great size, 6'3", 205. He's really big. If you can make it work, and all reports are that he's starting to flash some of that consistent playmaking potential there, Jake.
You need him to step up as much as probably anybody. I don't want to maybe say on the team, but certainly on the defense.
Yeah.
Because as you take a look around and you see where everybody else is, we just talked about the defensive line. You get a couple of transfers in that are both seniors. They have been through the fire at Florida State. You pair that with a Gabe Relaford who played a ton as a freshman. You feel better about the defensive front. You got Don McKinley. You got Ahmad Bro. You got Jacobin Guillory coming back. So you've got a lot of experience there. We love the linebacker room. Absolutely love where it's at right now. You don't like your corners. You feel pretty good about your corners. You got Cooley coming over to play nickel. It is all about the safety.
Yeah.
Strong and free.
Mm-hmm.
Can Jordan Gilbert, now that he is fully healthy, he had a shoulder the entire season, can he be the guy that you brought him in here to be? Can Deshawn Spears take over the strong safety role? He has to. There's just, if we're being honest, there's just not a lot behind there, right? I mean, it is a very, very thin position group of experienced guys, and Spears doesn't have a ton of experience.
No.
You're betting on potential. Now, Jordan Gilbert does have experience. Let's see what he does fully healthy. He struggled at times last year. I don't think that's hard for us to say. So Deshawn Spears taking over that safety position and playing at a high level is probably the most important thing on your team.
Wow, Jake, what incredible takes.
I mean, those guys, they're just the best.
I think so. And if you think so, again, hit the like button, subscribe, ring the bell so you get notifications when we post every single day here on OTB LSU.